Hello, future doctors. If you've got your sights set on NEET 2026, you know it's a marathon. And in that huge race, chemistry is so often the one subject that can make or break your rank. Seriously, it's not just about knowing the periodic table, it's all about strategy. So we dug into a fantastic analysis to give you a game plan that's backed by actual data. Let's turn chemistry into your secret weapon. This is the question, isn't it? The one that probably keeps you up at night. Chemistry is this weird hybrid, right? It's got the tough, complex problems of physics, but it also has the huge amount of memorization you see in biology. So with only so many hours in a day, where do you focus your energy for the biggest payoff? Let's figure that out. To answer that, I want you to picture something. Think of your entire NEET prep like a bicycle. Biology, that's your big front wheel, driving you forward, covering a ton of ground. Physics is the handle, a little tricky to get the hang of, but you absolutely need it to steer. So what's chemistry? It's the rear wheel. It gives you that critical balance and steady support that keeps the whole journey moving smoothly. Without it, well, you're just not getting very far. So how do you make sure that rear wheel is perfectly tuned? Well, here's the secret. It's not just about grinding for more hours. It's about studying smarter. NEET toppers, the ones who get those top ranks, they don't give every single chapter the same amount of attention. Nope. They focus strategically on chapter weightage, putting their time where it's going to give them the biggest results. And when you take this strategic approach, it pays off in three huge ways. First, your study time becomes super focused. You're spending your valuable hours on the topics that are most likely to show up on the exam. Second, and this is a big one, it builds confidence like crazy. Imagine walking into the exam hall and seeing questions you've practiced over and over again. It's a total game changer for your mindset. And finally, it helps you grab every possible point because you'll have a plan for those less weighted chapters too. It's the whole package. All right, enough talk. Let's get to the proof. We're about to break down the chapter-by-chapter weightage for Class 11 chemistry, and this is based on an analysis of NEET papers all the way from 2013 to 2024. This is where the strategy gets real.
Okay, just look at these numbers for a second. The difference is incredible. At the very top, you've got absolute powerhouses like equilibrium with 55 questions asked over the years, and hydrocarbons with 49. Then you scroll down to the bottom, redox reactions with 14 questions, and the P-block elements with just 13. This isn't just a small difference, it's massive. This right here is the blueprint for your study plan.
So the takeaway is simple. Start here. These 4 chapters are your absolute top priority for Class 11. They're the heavy hitters, the ones that deliver marks year after year. Mastering equilibrium, hydrocarbons, chemical bonding, and those organic principles, it's totally non-negotiable if you're aiming for a top score. Next up, we've got the mid-weighted chapters. Think of these as your essential building blocks. Topics like thermodynamics and structure of an atom give you the foundation you need to even understand the tougher questions later on. So don't sleep on these. A strong grip here is absolutely crucial. And finally, we have the low weightage chapters. Now, when you see low weightage, please do not think no weightage. That's a rookie mistake. The smart move is to revise these chapters after you've got the heavy hitters locked down. These chapters are where you can pick up those extra few marks that can literally change your final rank. Okay, let's do the exact same thing for the Class 12 syllabus. And you'll want to pay close attention here because generally, Class 12 topics, especially organic chemistry, tend to carry even more weight in the NEET exam. This is where being strategic becomes even more important. And yep, the data for Class 12 tells a very similar story. Just look at the top of the list. Coordination compounds with 48 questions, the D and F block elements with 46. These numbers are huge. The exam's focus is crystal clear. And this data is your treasure map. So once again, let's be super clear. These are your absolute must-do chapters for Class 12. Coordination compounds, the D and F block elements, aldehydes and ketones, and electrochemistry. These topics can single-handedly make or break your chemistry score. Give them the time and the practice they deserve. Right after those heavy hitters, you've got the core of the Class 12 syllabus. Chapters like chemical kinetics, solutions, alcohols, and haloalkanes are always on the exam. They test how deep your understanding really goes, so they need consistent practice. They really are the backbone of your Class 12 prep. In rounding out Class 12, we've got these low-weightage chapters. You know the strategy by now, right? Once you've secured all those high-yield topics, you circle back to these. This is how you gain an edge, by scooping up marks that other students might have just ignored.
Okay, so we've looked at a ton of data. Now what? How do you actually put all this information into a winning game plan for your study sessions? Well, it's all about creating a logical flow that builds your knowledge from the ground up. Here's a super powerful 3-step sequence. Step 1, you build a solid base. Start with a chapter like Structure of an Atom. I mean, you can't really get bonding without it. Step 2, with that base in place, you go after the big, challenging, problem-solving chapters like equilibrium and thermodynamics. And finally, step 3, once your concepts are rock solid, you can efficiently memorize the key facts in chapters like biomolecules for those quick, easy marks. This progression is everything.
I really want this to sink in. This isn't just about passing the exam. A strategic approach to chemistry, the kind we just laid out, can be the one thing that pushes you from just qualifying to landing a top rank in a top medical college. It's really that important. So there you have it. The data is clear. The strategy is laid out right in front of you. The only real question is, are you ready to use it? With this kind of focused, intelligent approach, you have everything you need to stop fearing chemistry and start turning it into your greatest advantage in the NEET exam.